Good afternoon and welcome to CVM Live, the noon edition on CVM Television, online at cvmtv.com, and remember, you can download our CVM TV Smart app from the Google Play Store and the App Store. I'm Whitney Levy. Prime Minister Andrew Holness will be making a special presentation at the G7 summit in Canada, where the top 7 countries in the world will be meeting. He will also participate in an exchange with leaders at the summit. The Prime Minister left the country on Wednesday to fulfill a number of official engagements. Holness was specially invited to attend the summit by Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who is hosting the event. Canada assumed the G7 presidency on January 1. The invitation to Prime Minister Holness will make him the first Jamaican Prime Minister to speak at the summit. And meanwhile, the view is this G7 summit is likely to be one of the most acrimonious in years, with much anger aimed at the U.S. and its President Donald Trump. The president, however, is questioning why Russia has been excluded.
Russia should be in this meeting. Why are we having a meeting without Russia being in the meeting? And I would recommend, and it's up to them, but Russia should be in the meeting. It should be a part of it. You know, whether you like it or not, and it may not be politically correct, but we have a world to run. And in the G7, which used to be the G8, they threw Russia out. They should let Russia come back in, because we should have Russia at the negotiating table.
The fate of the National Identification and Registration Act of 2017, NIDS, still hangs in the balance. The opposition People's National Party is challenging the act, insisting that sections of the act passed in the Houses of Parliament last year breached several rights guaranteed under the Constitution. Our reporter, Nicoy Wilson, was present and now joins us. Nicoy, what can you tell us about this morning?
Well, this morning what they had was a case management session, and the presiding judge, who was Justice Martin Gale, he set the date for the hearings, which are October 22, 23, and 24. Now, the PMP, what they're saying is that the act, as it stands now, it threatens the right to security of person, the right to equality before the law, the right to privacy, the right to a passport, and protection of property rights. So that is what they're really trying to contest, the areas of the act that they believe infringe upon the constitutional rights of Jamaicans. In attendance today, we had Philip Falwell, Donald Scott Motley, who is actually leading the legal team for the PNP, and of course, Mr. Julian Robinson, the General Secretary of the PNP, was also there. There were representatives from the Attorney General's office there also.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Nicoy.
No problem.
President of the National Democratic Movement, Attorney Peter Townsend, weighed in on the controversy surrounding government's employment of scores of consultants to various ministries, highlighting the recent revelation concerning the tourism ministry. CVM's Joel Koskill reports.
President of the National Democratic Movement, NDM, Peter Townsend, is calling on government to be more frugal in how they spend taxpayers' money, following the controversy that has emerged as a result of an $8.9 million travel bill for a consultant in the Tourism Enhancement Fund.
This massive bill of close to $9 million incurred in less than 2 years. It is shameful. I am not saying that the individual has deliberately gone about costing this country in a spiteful way. And I know that his efforts have brought fruits to Jamaica in terms of directing a lot of tourism traffic here. But what is wrong with living frugally?
The NDM president pointed to a World Bank report which detailed just how much corruption costs our country.
Corruption is very expensive, and World Bank studies in the past have shown that only 47 cents of every dollar government of Jamaica spends can be accounted for. 47 cents out of 100 cents can be accounted for. So when we have a budget each year of $800 or $900 billion, we are talking about billions being lost to corruption. And so it is a real concern that we have here in this country.
Mr. Townsend waded in deeper into the controversy surrounding consultants.
The whole matter of government employing their friends and consultants, it has been prevalent in Jamaica for a long time under both administrations. And when I say both, I'm referring to the two old parties, the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party. It is just a matter of different parties, different ministers, different consultants, but it's business as usual. The same old, they employ their friends as consultants. Some of these friends are people who donate to their campaigns. Some of these friends are people who run as candidates and lost.
He called for more transparency and accountability in how government manages the public purse. Joel Crosskill, CVM Live.
And in a CVM Live exclusive, a St. Andrew Primary School teacher is seeking answers this afternoon after receiving a letter from the Education Ministry stating that they will be recovering funds from her salary due to an overpayment of over $100,000 in her salary over a 6-year period. CVM's Khadija Thomas has this report.
She is not receiving a fixed salary, and she says there is no way that she could have detected she was being overpaid from September 1, 2011 to August 31, 2017. This primary school teacher, who prefers her identity not revealed on camera, was surprised when she received the letter from the Education Ministry dated May 21, 2018, stating that she was overpaid.
What I'm having a problem with, the ministry has informed me in the letter that they will recover that sum within a 10-month installment of $16,183.
She says she does not have a problem with the ministry recovering the payment, but the time frame in which it is expected to be done, June 2018 to March 2019, will affect her take-home pay. She says she went to the ministry for answers.
I've gone to the ministry twice to say to them, look, I believe that I was getting less than I ought to be getting because I said my years of service and my qualification. No, if somebody had just taken up my requests at that time, maybe this error could have been found out some time ago. But no, I don't think nothing was done. The ministry have to work that out and think about what a teacher's salary look like. And when they take out $16,000 out of my salary, what I'm going to be left with. I think the ministry can do something better than that.
The letter also states that any retroactive accrued will be used to offset the overpayment. She says the ministry can use another means of recovering the funds that might not affect her monthly income.
Take it the same amount they put in my salary at each month, take that back out.
Khadija Thomas for CVM Live.
The Grade 6 Achievement Test GSAT results are in. More than 39,000 students across the island heard their fate on Thursday, of which 80% of the students were placed in one of their preferred schools. CVM Live was at the Mount St. Joseph Preparatory School, where several of the students were happy to have received their school of choice.
I was placed at the Carter College, which was my first choice. Preparation for GSAT went very well. I had to study very, very hard. After school, I would have to stay for extra lessons, where my teacher would stay for extended durations to help all of us.
My average was 97 and I passed for Manchester High School. Preparation for GSAT was challenging but still manageable.
My average for GSAT was 99.6 and the school that I passed for was Campion College, which was my first choice. Preparation for GSAT was what I had to do. I had to go to extra lessons held at my school almost every day.
Because they'll be envied because of their discipline, but I would want for them, each one, to teach one. And so being here at Mount St. Joseph Preparatory School, we are a school of champion, a school of excellence, and this has been seen in just about every aspect of these children's lives.
Although the March 2018 Grade 6 Achievement Tests GSAT results showed an increase in 4 of the 5 areas which were tested, there was a slight decline in mathematics. It was the final sitting of the 19-year-old test, which will be replaced by the Primary Exit Profile PEP next year. The fruit and veg vendors of Red Hills Road are anxious about their future as a new feature to the roadway threatens to jeopardize their livelihood. We now hear from Joel Crossgill.
In the shadow of one of the most successful shopping experiences in the corporate area, the vendors of Red Hills Road are fretting over the construction that they see taking place in the environs of the Price Mart and what it means for the source of their own livelihood.
Price Mart is doing some expansion. Them coming out on the road where we are. Nobody come out and say what it is. We only see people coming, marking out space, so them putting out a stoplight, all in a stall, and all no Price Mart don't have the decency to come out and even say, have a meeting with us.
Rodney Bent, who has been vending at this location for 15 years, says that the installation of a new stoplight in the vicinity of their stalls came as a complete surprise.
One morning we were here, 2 gentlemen come with spray paint, spray the sidewalk there, and we ask them what that is about. Them go right over that girl's stall there, so that they're going to put a stoplight right there. We said, then how we not going to put a stoplight right here and we are doing business here? How it going to affect our business? How our business are going to go? Them say, well, then them do them work.
He says that the half dozen or so vendors that occupy the newly refurbished wooden stalls are fearful of what the future holds.
We need somebody to come and talk to us because all of us head right now just spinning. We don't know where it is.
Veronica has been selling here for 32 years and has 9 children to support, 3 of which are in college. She called on the MP, Carl Samuda, to intervene.
What am I going to live off? How am I going to send my kids them to school? How am I going to survive as a 58-year-old woman? I'd like to know. I want an answer. Because I really worry about it. I sit here and from morning, God bless what I sell. I spend so many money and when the weekend come, I can't get not even the money that I spend. Jamaica, I need an answer.
Joel Crossgill, CVM Live.
Transport Minister Robert Montague has responded to the prediction of the opposition spokesperson, Michael Phillips, who had publicly stated that the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, will close by the end of the year. CVM's Khadija Thomas with this report.
Just last month, opposition spokesperson on Transport and Works, Michael Phillips, made a statement saying the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, might shut down by year-end if it continues on the same trajectory. The opposition spokesman remains steadfast in his outlook, saying he asked the Transport Minister questions regarding the JUTC, which he chose not to answer.
The concern that we have is that over the last 2 years, you've been seeing a reduction in the fare box of the JUTC. There is not an upgrade of the rolling stock itself. And you can't be investing $2.5 billion in an entity where you're not reorganizing and re-rationalizing the entity itself. We haven't seen the enforcement on the JUTC routes that should take place. And the JUTC, as I said in my presentation, is in breach of its own contract.
This breach of contract, he says, concerns the JUTC being unable to supply 25,000 seats. However, the Transport Minister has a different view.
You would have to ask Mr. Michael Phillips where he got his figures and numbers. So I don't know if he's looking in a ball, maybe a crystal ball. I really couldn't speak for the gentleman.
Montague is adamant that the JUTC is not undergoing any financial difficulties.
It's never designed to make a profit. It is to serve a social good. Mass transport anywhere in the world does not make a profit. And therefore, that is why the JUTC is subsidized up to the tune of $2.5 billion by the government to keep a mass transit system going. Mass transit is never designed for profit.
Reporting for CVM Live, I am Khadija Thomas.